Once upon a time, in a distant village nestled between the misty mountains of a vast African kingdom, there lived a man named Kofi. Kofi was known throughout the land for his greed, arrogance, and cruelty. He would often take what wasn't his, from the village's harvest to the personal belongings of his fellow villagers. He cared for nothing but his own desires, and no one dared to challenge him, for he had the might of a warrior and the cunning of a fox. The elders of the village, wise and old, often spoke in hushed tones about the ways of the gods and how they saw everything, even the deeds of the wicked. The gods have eyes everywhere, they would say. They reward the good and punish the wicked. No one, no matter how strong, can escape the consequences of their actions. But Kofi, being a man of arrogance, laughed at such tales. The gods do not concern themselves with petty human affairs, he would scoff. I have all I need, and no god or spirit can take it from me. One day, the village was struck by a great famine. Crops failed, and the river that once flowed with abundance became a mere trickle. The villagers, many of whom depended on the harvest for their survival, grew desperate. Kofi, however, ordered his food, locking it away in his large hut, unwilling to share even a single grain with his fellow villagers. As time passed, the famine grew worse, and the elders warned the villagers to be careful of their actions. Help one another, and the gods will bless you, they urged. But Kofi, still consumed by greed, cared only for his own survival and made no efforts to aid those around him. Then, one night, a mysterious traveler arrived in the village. Cloaked in a robe of deep purple and bearing a staff carved with strange symbols, the traveler went straight to Kofi's hut. The villagers, curious and afraid, watched from their doorways as the traveler approached the man whose cruelty had known no bounds. "Old man," said the traveler in a voice that seemed to echo across the land, "I have come to see you. I have heard much about your ways." Kofi, who was sitting by a fire, looked up and sneered. "And what of it? Who are you to come into my home and speak to me in such a manner?" The traveler's eyes gleamed with an ancient wisdom. "I am one who has seen the suffering of this world, the imbalance caused by greed, and the havoc it wreaks on the souls of men. You have taken more than your share, Kofi. You have robbed the poor, and you have shown no mercy to those in need. Your heart is heavy with wickedness." Kofi, unbothered, stood up and grabbed his spear. "If you have come to warn me, then leave